My dog has a growth on his butt, and we have decided to treat it our way. All right, guys. Well, this is Buddy, and he is a Shih Tzu. Oh, he's so spoiled. He is a Shih Tzu, but he has a growth on his behind, and it is quite gross, and is constantly growing. So I took him to the doctor, and the doctor said because he has a heart murmur, that and because of his age, she did not want to risk putting him under to cut off the lump. And so the lump continued to grow, and I didn't want that to be a discomfort to him. Now, guys, what I'm going to show you today, you have to do this at your own discretion. If you have a puppy dog and you have a situation going with your dog, this is my puppy. I want him to live a really good life and a healthy life, and I don't want to see him suffer. His lump is not cancerous or anything like that, because we took the tests and everything while she was checking him. She took the test. She said it's not cancerous and that she was going to cut it off, but he's so old and he has a heart murmur that he may not be a good candidate for surgery. But the lump continued to grow, so I said, you know what, that's something that's going to happen. So I decided to take measures. So let's get to it, and let me show you what the lump looked like. See, he's not hurting, but the lump is constantly growing. Can you see it? Let's see. There's the lump, guys. There's the lump. So what I do is I cleanse it very well. not yet, baby. I cleanse his lump very well. Make sure it's not infected. And that's what we're going to do. Now, guys, one of the first things that I do is that you got to put on gloves, okay? Put on gloves, any type of gloves. I got all type of gloves for this procedure. And I got some water getting really hot over here. Got a nice clean towel, got some water going, getting it really hot. Because what I like to do is treat it with a compress, a hot or warm compress. So what I do is get something I'm not going to use anymore, in like an old coffee container. I fill it up with water. I get an old coffee container, I fill it with water, and I have a towel in there, specifically for my baby's bottom. So let me see if I can position you to see everything. Okay, so we got the towel. You see, he's not hurting. And this gives him even more relief. So I take it. I squeeze out the towel, and I put it on his little lady lump. See? You just put it on there. A lot of times he raises his tail because he likes the relief that it gives it. Now that that's clean, guys, I make sure that I sanitize it very well. Okay, so I take some, just peroxide. I know. And you can also put the bucket underneath. And this is just going to keep it sanitized. Keep it sanitized. And I'm going to tell you guys, even though it looks the way it looks, trust me, it's healing. You see that? Here is the spot here. What you're going to need is some dental floss, okay? So I got some dental floss. Make sure you pull off enough, okay? That's enough right there. Guys, I hope you have subscribed by now. And like I said before, disclosure, this is what I decided to do for my dog. He's not in pain. He's not like suffering or anything. This is just a growth that came on my dog because he still has his testicles. And the veterinarian explained to me that that's the reason why this growth is happening. So I didn't want to put him down all because he had a growth here. Okay? So what you do is you're going to make a knot. And I'm just going to place it around the growth. I hope you can see this, guys. I'm going to place it around the growth as close to the base as possible. It's around the growth as close to the base as possible. Now this is the part that he don't like, and I mean really, who would? You want to make sure you get all the growth, and you're just going to pull that string. Okay? You're going to pull that string. See how he's lifting his tail? Because he knows that this is helping him. So I'm wrapping it around again. I hope you guys can see this. See how he lifting his tail? Because he knows. That's why you want to get as much string, well, not string, but dental floss as possible, because you want to try to go around that growth as much as possible. And you want to get as close to the base as you can. Okay, this is the last thing. I'm gonna pull as tight as I can. And once you go around it the last time, just make sure you have a knot. As you see, he's standing here. Okay, I got it. He's standing there. He wasn't fussing or running. Good boy. And I just cut off the excess. It's a wound cleaner. And I just make sure that it's clean. So now that I have it tied around, I'm just going to spray it. And it looks like that. Now guys, once I put that on, see how he's wagging his tail? It's not hurting him. Now, once you put that on him, ain't that stinky little baby? I went and got some Pampers, okay? Just a pack of Pampers, and I have it like this, okay? So, I know, honey, I got my dog's pamper. So what I like to do is, when you open up the pamper, can you see it? It looks like this, and it looks like this. Now the part that folds over and closes the pamper, I like for that to be under his body. So I would measure my dog, just measure your dog out. Let me see if I can show you. Okay, so you got your pamper, right? Since this is the part with the flaps that goes onto, you know, this is the longer part of the pamper that closes up the pamper, okay? You want that to be under the dog. You want that to be under him. So if I want this to come up a certain amount, I want it to come up to there. So I'm going to cut the hole like right here. So I get me a pair of scissors and I just make a hole in the pamper. I know. You're such a good baby. You're such a good fur baby. Once you cut the hole, see that? See my glove coming through it? Then you're gonna take your puppy and put his tail through it. And then you pull the pamper through underneath his legs. You open up the flap. Hope you guys can see it. Right there. And then I take the other side of the pamper. Open up the flap. Like that. And I put it there. All right?